What if I told you the road to Gondor's throne was not carved in marble halls or sung in easy songs, but hidden in the wild forests and burning deserts, in the silence of long exile? Before the crown, before the fellowship, there was a wanderer, a ranger without banner, known to some as Strider, to others as Thorongil. His true name was Aragorn, son of Arathorn, and his road, the long road of the hidden king, began not in triumph, but in shadows. Aragorn's journey was no simple path. It was a web of hidden roads that carried him from the quiet farmlands of the Shire, to the golden plains of Rohan, to the marble towers of Gondor, and even into the dark deserts of Paris. Every land left its mark upon him, every step, every leap, every scar, all were part of a road unseen by most. Aragorn was walking into a path few could imagine. This world was not made for comfort, it was made for shaping. A crown may rest lightly on the ground, but the weight of the kingdoms rests on the man who wears it. Aragorn's road was the forge where such a man was made. Why did the heir of Isildur wander in ragged clothes, unnamed and unthroned? Because the world was not ready, because the shadow was rising once more, because the steward of Gondor still clung to power, wary of the lines of kings. To claim the throne too soon would have been folly. To step forward before the hour was ripe might have doomed Gondor itself, and so Aragorn chose the harder road, to prepare in silence, to carry burdens no one would ever thank him for, to win wars and lands that would never sing his name. Every secret battle, every nameless victory, every scar hidden beneath its cloth, all of it brought precious time against the shadow, for he knew the day would come when all the free people would need a king who had walked through the fire long before the crown touched his head. Who was this wanderer, this man without a throne? To the simple folk of Bree, he was Strider, grim, weather-beaten, sitting in shadows with eyes sharp as the winter wind. To King Thangel of Rohan, he was a captain, whose counsel was wise, whose word was never flattered, whose loyalty earned the trust of the Horse Lords. To Steward Ecthelion of Gondor, he was Thorongil, the Eagle of the Star, a commander of uncanny foresight who led daring raids against Gondor enemies and returned with victory after victory. Yet none truly knew him. None guessed that beneath those many names he was Aragorn, last of the line of Isildur, heir to a throne abandoned for nearly 1,000 years. Even Denethor, son of the steward, felt the danger in his presence. For the man of Gondor whispered of Thorongil's valor, and Denethor feared what would happen if one day the people turned their eyes from the stewards back to the rightful king. How did Aragorn prepare for a crown that seemed forever beyond his reach? By walking roads of trial that would have broken lesser men. He gnomed the wilds of the north, a silent guardian of lands that never knew his name. He kept watch over the Shire, ensuring that people could live in peace, never guessing who walked the borderless in their defense. He disguised himself in Harad, walking among enemies, learning their tongues, their weapons, their hearts. In fire and sand, he learned the ways of those who would one day march beneath Sauron's banner. He rode with the rises of Rohan, sharing their hardships, fighting beside them in wars unrecorded, earning their trust with sweat and steel. He served in Gondor's fleet, leading raids that struck terror into the corsairs of Umbar. He cut down their captains beneath burning sails, then vanished before the songs could find him. Each road was crossable, each disguised a mask of survival, each trial a stone laid on the path that would lead him not only to Gondor's throne, but to the trust of every people who one day fight beneath his banner. These were not months, not even years, these were decades of exile. When hobbits tilled their fields, Aragorn walked empty roads. When Gondor's captain feasted, he fought battles far from their sight. His victories were whispered, his sacrifices forgotten by all but a few. Yet still he walked on, from his 20th year to his 80th. His world was a tapestry of silence, secrecy, and endurance. Imagine such a weight, to be king in name, yet live as a vagabond in truth. To see your people suffer, yet know that your honor has not yet come. To carry hope, but hide in the shadows. That was the long road of Aragorn. And where did this all roads lead? To Rivendell, where the shards of Narsil lay sleeping, waiting for the hand that would reforge them. To Rohan, where the horse lords would one day ride beside him against the dark. To Gondor, where the steward's seat will cast its long shadow, and where Denethor jealously smoldered. And at last, to the Fellowship, the War of the Ring, where the wanderer named Strider would at last stand revealed, not as Thorongil, not as chieftain of the Rangers, not of the nameless captain in borrowed wars, but as Elisor, king of Gondor and Arnor. And the enemies of the west would tremble, not at the shadow of the wanderer, but at the return of the king. This was the hidden road of Aragorn, son of Arathorn, the long exile before the crown. But his path holds many more untold chapters. Shall we follow him into the desert of Arad? Shall we stand with him beneath the burning sails of Umber? Shall we ride beside him in the golden fields of Rohan? The road is open, and Middle-earth awaits.